Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
In the delicate arena of compliance, every conversation matters. Traditional methods can leave callers feeling unheard, but Ethico changes the game. Our empathetic interview technique reshapes compliance calls into powerful, compassionate interactions, ensuring no crucial detail is missed. It's about creating a conversation that matters, that resonates, that makes a difference. Be the change in your compliance approach. See the transformation for yourself at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo, try our free ROI calculator, and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, The ROI of Compliance.
The Daily Compliance News for July 23, 2024, the Sick Man of Europe edition. We begin with that story from the Financial Times in an op-ed piece by the economist Martin Wolf. He asked just that, is Germany the sick man of Europe once again? Germany is struggling. It's the only G7 economy to shrink last year, and is set to be the group's slowest moving economy this year. Those were the opening words of a blog by the IMF's European department. If Germany has been a sick man, is it a temporary or chronic condition? Wolf argues there may be good reasons that it's a chronic condition. Its trade with Russia obviously has deteriorated as the price of natural gas has soared. So finally, the post-pandemic rebalancing of the global economy from manufactured goods toward service is also unfavorable to the German economy. Next up from Al Jazeera, the country of Uganda has basically shut the capital down, and security forces have surrounded the headquarters of the main opposition party in advance of the planned anti-government rally over corruption and human rights abuses. Police and soldiers cut off access to the National Unity Party, and the government of Uganda is warning that bad things could happen. Well, next up, who are you doing business with? Are you doing business? Do you know who you're doing business with? This has really come to the fore with a series of articles in the New York Times about Jack Ma, the Chinese multi-billionaire, and he obviously is the embodiment of China's spectacular economic rise. Well, it turns out that there are a number of Chinese businessmen who are partners with Ma, and they are alleged to have engaged in bribery and corruption. So do you really know who you're doing business with in China? Probably not. And our final story comes to us from the Wall Street Journal, that the World Economic Forum has opened a board probe of workplace culture. It is hired a global law firm to investigate its workplace culture after allegations of harassment and discrimination at elite Davos gatherings, as reported by the Wall Street Journal. So the World Economic Forum is taking a look at itself, and the Board of Trustees has appointed Thomas Burbell to oversee the investigation. So we will continue to watch what the World Economic Forum does. I mentioned at the start of this podcast, this month's sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Have you ever wondered how to show the ROI of your compliance program? Have you struggled with the budgeting process, getting the funds you want for your compliance program? Well, I've partnered with Ethico to put together a white paper on the ROI of compliance, which shows you not only how to demonstrate ROI, but also how to speak finance when you're sitting across from the CFO with your budget proposals. Check out the website and get the white paper. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.